rtfc.baconicecream.com.
Oh, you know
what is going on, everyone? It is time for the Evercast, your weekly dose of Evercade goodness. I'm one of your hosts, Rich, alongside Ed, Retro KillDashNine. What's going on? What's up? What's up? We've got Crow. Danielle, how's it going? What's up, my friend?
I just realized I didn't have a light on.
There we go. It's all good. And then right here, Classic Gaming Fun Pete.
Yo.
What is up? What is going on? What is going on? We got a hoppin' chat already. We got Dan in here. He's
upset that we started.
He's mad. That's all right. Back from the dead. What's going on? How's it going this morning? D. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Michael Kurtz, what's up? John, how's it going? Ziggy, 7800 Pro, what's going on? DJ, Mark Delve, how's it going, guys? Ballistic Coffee Boy, how's it going? And Lamini Pie. We are
Ballistic Coffee Boy.
We're ready.
I'm gonna try that coffee. Ballistic Coffee. That sounds like yummy.
I wouldn't try it.
It'll turn you to stone.
Make things come out even faster.
Exactly.
I don't know. My favorite Christmas gift I got this year, to be honest with you, my wife got me this plug-in coffee kind of warmer, and it's awesome. My coffee never. Remember, I used to complain my coffee always used to go cold. Now it never goes cold. It just keeps
I got
my
this.
coffee.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Very cool. Very cool. I'm always the chilled beverage guy myself. I don't like hot beverage. I don't know what
You went to Tim Hortons today.
I'm exactly the same way. I don't like drinking anything hot.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll get hot coffee like in 80+ degree weather.
Me too. I'm saying that. Like it'll be. I used to be working in Texas. It'll be like 105. I'd be going Dunkin' Donuts and getting myself a big coffee.
Yeah,
It's 12 degrees outside, and this thing is filled with ice.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, right now, that's it. It's like 22 something outside right now. You got an ice water. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what
I love warm drinks. I love cold drinks too, but usually it's just like beer or if I have a pop or something like that. I'll have a cold drink, but you really like coffee.
But yes, you're right. You're right, Pete. I did happen to find myself.
I believe there's a Tim Hortons in New Jersey. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Right on the Cerebral Circle.
Isn't like their menu amazing? Like they've got like a perfect menu for lunch and breakfast and lunch.
It is pretty rad, and all of the things that are in there are things that I would love to eat. However, I can't eat like 90% of their items.
Well, they got gluten-free buns. They should. Up in Canada, they have gluten-free.
Oh, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the gluten-free breakfast sandwich. Oh man, I had the little. They made those little egg bite things.
Yeah, they don't have the poutine up here, and I think they have it in Quebec, but they don't have it here. But yeah, their poutine's pretty dope when they did have it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I don't think they have it down here, but
You know what's really good?
Hey, yo, Dave.
Tim Hortons puts mayonnaise on everything.
Ooh, I'm not a fan of mayonnaise.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Timmy's awesome. Their bagel, I always get their 12-grain bagel, double toasted with light cream cheese. It's like a gift from the gods for me. It's so good and it's so fresh. Oh,
They've got to
go to Tim Hortons after this call.
Yeah, they got a pretzel one.
I'm actually drinking Timmy's right now because the picture you showed in Discord, Rich.
Yeah,
those big cans in front with all the coffee in it that you take home and brew it yourself.
Yeah,
I go through one of those probably every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Dang.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good times. It's good times. You know what else is good times? Secret messages.
Yeah, didn't you get it like that, man? That was awesome yesterday, right?
That was a cool thing. So
hitting their game and their viral market. I hate to give Sean props, but that dude, man, that's wild. It is.
I just love those things. I love all of the things. I love these little snippets that just drop out of nowhere. You got the hotline. You got all this. They're doing pretty good. I gotta say.
And it was one that we figured out.
Yeah, I found out what the game was before I saw the teaser.
Yeah.
Because you got spoiled by somebody's because it wasn't guessed right away, like in Twitter, like it was like boom, instant.
Yeah. Well, this one was pretty easy, right? So why don't we take a look real quick? It's a real short one. Yeah, let's just throw it up and then we'll chat about it.
So what exactly, like word for word, was that was said? Because I could understand some of the words, but I couldn't understand the whole thing.
It's a line from the manual, right?
It's like
prepare to face the greatest challenge any mortal
challenge
has
you've
ever known.
But I don't know what he said after that at all.
I didn't get it. I didn't get what he said either. After that, it is really kind of hard to decipher it and hard to hear. I think a couple of people out on the interwebs tried to remove the static, and they were like, trying to put that out there.
Well, I did that myself through what is it, the Adobe program, I can't remember, Audition, and I still couldn't understand it. I sped it up, I slowed it down, I reversed it. I couldn't understand it, no matter how I messed around with it.
One of Pete's viewers figured it out, so that's.
Well, Pete figured it out, but didn't want to ruin it for
too.
people.
Yeah, you didn't want to spoil it.
I really didn't, right? So whenever I saw the skull, I'm like, yeah, it's the Intellivision Collection 2. And so I talked about in my little 2-minute video about horror because we know a certain game is coming on it. They already confirmed a certain little green gem is coming on it, and Tower of Doom both have scary jump scares in it for that time. Like, you ever play Cloudy Mountain? And when that dragon comes out, it still scares me to this day. Like, I'm like playing doing a shooting, and out he comes, and I'm like, oh crap.
I guess I don't remember that much about that game. Do I even have it?
Anyway.
Yeah, the skull looks like the skull on the Tower of Doom box cover.
Might be right.
You might very well be correct.
Might be right, even though this.
If you look at an image of it, it's exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, do you have Tower of Doom there, Crow?
No, this is Cloudy Mountain.
AD&D. Yeah.
I
don't have my Tower of Doom box anymore, but yeah, I'd be putting that up.
Well, I've only got 10 Intellivision games, and it's because I bought last Video Game Summit. Yeah, that's when I rebought an Intellivision, and I bought a whole stack of games that went with it. And I really haven't played anything.
I can't reach my Tower of Doom.
I put a link to the image in the private chat.
Oh, sweet.
If you want to show it.
Yeah, that was just like, it was really cool to see it. Like, because I watched it twice, and because I didn't catch the first flash of the skull, the hooded skull, and I'm like, did I just see that? Okay. Because we knew it was coming, right? They announced that it was a two collection deal, but I still think it's really cool.
What's funny is if you look up Tower of Doom as a game, this one comes up, but also the Capcom arcade game.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, because that's also called Tower of Doom.
Yeah, there was a mess of naming problems with some early Intellivision games, right? They lost their licenses really quick on some of them, so like the two AD&D games had to get renamed, like to Cloudy Mountain became Cloudy Mountain, Treasure of Tarman became what? What did Treasure of Tarman become?
Wouldn't it be the same thing? Didn't it not change?
I thought that one changed to a different name too later on in the Intellivision Lives collections.
It might have.
I think it might. They lost the AD&D the AD&D main name. I can't remember now, but
yeah. And
but here's the question: what bonus game are we going to get when we put the two Intellivision carts in? And if we don't get a bonus game, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh god, it should be right. Like, I'd be super disappointed if we didn't get a bonus game either.
Like Intellivision or something.
No, I'd want that as a cart by itself. Like, that's almost worth $20 by itself. That game, I think.
I just don't know with Intellivision if there's some sort of copyright issue with Castlevania. If they may be too similar sounding.
I don't know. That's a good point, but I can't imagine, right?
I don't know. I just never. That might be in a gray area.
Well, gosh, what's those Curse of the Moon games? What is it, Curse of the Moon for the Switch?
Bloodstained. Curse of the Moon.
I mean, seriously, they're almost a complete rip-off of the Intellivision of the Castlevania.
The same guy that made the same creator.
So they let him exist, right? So,
it's not called. It's not called anything Castlevania, Bloodstained or anything.
I would recommend reach out to the developer and just say, if we do get it, you want to change your name for our cart? Like, I'd do that as a developer right away. Like, how could you be so tied to Intellivision? Like, really? It's not the most compelling name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would change it to, Dragon
All
Slayer.
I think about is like, remember the Gianna sisters and how Nintendo, it was too similar to Mario Brothers. wonder if this is
But
the same.
the fact that Intellivision exists, and if you look at the game, it looks like an exact port. So the fact that they don't
Exactly, that's the thing. It might be too similar to Castlevania.
Yeah. Well, what do you call it? That the Sydney Hunter games had to change their stuff, right? Because it was Smurfs, right? When it was originally developed, I think the first Sydney Hunter game was supposed to be a Smurfs homebrew, right?
I had no idea.
Yeah, so I think they had to change. That's why Sydney Hunter they changed it up. I think I might be remembering that wrong, but because if you look at Sydney Hunter, he looks like Papa Smurf. He's got a big bulby nose, and
I've actually never played it. I've only.
Sydney Hunter is a great game. There's multiple versions of it.
Sure, it is. I just never really.
They could just rename it a Vampire Hunter. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, what else is on that proposed Intelligent Collection?
Oh, yeah,
I know.
Yeah, so those are the things, right?
Mm.
So we've got.
You got to throw out the license
right now.
right? Not going to do licensed games, so.
I mean, I would say definitely at least one homebrew, right? Got to be one.
I don't know.
You got Princess Quest on the first one. I mean, it'd be cool to get something on there.
Yeah, I'm very far removed from Intellivision homebrews. Like, I could recognize Atari 2600 ones, but not Intellivision.
There's what is it? Electrokite company.
Yeah.
They should look at him to do a deal. Like,
oh yeah,
he's
just
really
on its own.
Yeah, just his games like Miner 49er. What other ones he got? Miner 49er. He's a few anyway. I can't remember right now, but he would be like that. His collection would be great. 8 more copies of Word Rocket. Yeah. Well, you got to understand, like, it only had 125 games.
Right.
And with any system, like, you're going to get, there's only so much to choose from, because I'd say 40 of those are licensed games, right? Or 30.
Yeah, a ton of them are. I mean, you got at least the iMagic games. That's 12 to 13 right there of the iMagic. You've got 4 or 5 Activision games. You've got the Atari Core games. That's the 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, there's 6 or 7 sports games.
Yep, you get the sports games. And most of those had the license. The first versions, anyway, had the license on them.
Yeah. But I think this one here might, like, just because it's got these 2 games, it's already better than Card 1 for me, personally.
Well, yeah,
Tower
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Had pinball.
Do they go for the trifecta and just throw Tarman on there too?
You know, I'd love to see. I would love to see Tarman on there. That's weird, right? That game is so deep. Most people don't understand that game. Like, you need the overlays on that active at all time, though. That's the problem with Treasure of Tarman. You got to constantly. It works great on the DS because it's always on the screen. The Evercade's not built that way, right? The Evercade handheld, especially, you got to hit your shoulder button and in. It doesn't work for Tarman because Tarman, you're constantly using ladders, opening doors. It would be very frustrating to play Tarman on a single screen unless they remapped all of the buttons, because the overlay for Tarman, almost every button's used. Use item, use ladder, open door, move left, right, all that stuff, right? It's a very complex game, and I just don't think it would work. The only solution is if it was on the VS and they put the overlay as half of the screen and then the game on the other half, maybe, but I don't think that works on a handheld myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that would be annoying to play. I'd never play it there. I'd play it on my DS. Yeah. Because the DS is for games with use of overlays a lot.
Yeah.
It plays better on the DS. I would think.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, I would say.
Do you guys, Ed? Do you know what Treasure Tarman is? It's a first-person dungeon crawl that you're like, walking through it, and you're constantly have to use the overlays to do stuff all the time.
No, but it sounds awesome.
It is, dude. It's an amazing game.
Myself though,
I love that game. Treasure Tarman's like, old school. Well, Rich, you like those games, right?
Yeah. No,
yeah,
any of those dungeon crawler RPG kind of things, like I'm all about that. Space Armada would be good. I'd like to see Star Strike. That's a cool game, and then I think you can do it.
Star Strike, yeah, maybe.
It wasn't too overlay heavy.
I've got my Intelligent Lives DS review coming on Tuesday. I guarantee it's Tuesday, and you'll see the games I love on that collection. That's the ones I would love to see on, for most part, on this one.
You know what should be on there? Las Vegas blackjack and poker.
Really?
I'm not kidding. Because it's got the Evolution mascot in it.
Yeah. Is that the Shifty Eye Dealer one, right?
That's right. Yeah, the Shifty Eye Dealer. That game's got to be in there just for him.
He's such a champion. That guy, no legs and doing all what he's doing. It's amazing.
No, I'm with you though. I'm with you though, Carl. I think
that's probably cool. People love gambling games, right? Which you don't have to spend real money. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Could be cool.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't know.
Something like that too. Yeah.
See, what I would love is a slot game. Because if I do go to Vegas, I love paying penny slots, and I love playing video game slots for some stupid reason. I love
I got news for you.
No.
There are thousands of them for free on your mobile device.
I don't play.
Yeah, that's pointless though. That's like drinking non-alcoholic beer.
Can you find one for the Ouya?
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I am so excited about the fact that, like, I'm excited for people who don't know Tower of Doom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited for those people because
I can't wait to play it.
It's not going to be for everyone because I love dungeon games. I love Diablo games. I love those types of games. And it has hints of that at that level. I just love it. I think it's one of the, it is definitely in my top 3 intelligent games, I would think. If I had to force it and give me answers right now, it's definitely there.
Yeah. But speaking of also, like those other games, I guess the other big one would be Utopia, right? Because it's not, that hasn't been
because of the overlay, same problem.
The overlay problem gets it.
Either.
Yeah, and Utopia, I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest with you. But I do love. What's the one where you're in the human body, the shooter?
Oh, Microsurgeon.
I love that game. That game would be amazing.
I mean,
it's a complete mess to look at, but once you get into it and you start figuring out, it's freaking awesome.
But it's funny because you can't go down a certain part. It stops. You can't exit.
So technically those iMagic games, they
owns that?
Could show up. And television bought them.
Yeah, why don't they do a collection and just do iMagic? That would fly off the shelves and you could sell it for $35 because those games hold up the test of time. They're amazing games.
Yeah, why not?
I think there's only a couple that are bad, right? Out of the 20-something of them. Let me see. Let me just turn around and look at my.
You gotta remember when I was a kid.
No, I lose them. They're over here.
I want to see there's 16 iMagic.
The only people I knew that had an evolution were my grandparents. So I only played the games that grandparents would have played. Like I played the PGA Golf. I played the Las Vegas
Varsity and Checkers.
Yeah, I played I like the PGA Golf. I like the baseball.
But you know what? If they ever put the iMagic games on there, I'm serious. Like those are like the Activision games for 2600.
Yeah.
But I dare I say better.
Oh really?
Because they're on more powerful hardware.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, there's so many cool ones.
What if they are on there?
Oh, I think they'd have
to snuck some on there. I mean, it would be. I mean, I guess like Beauty and the Beast, Dracula, Atlantis. Yeah.
Dude, Atlantis kicks Missile Command's butt every day of the week in my world.
Yeah.
What version of Missile Command, though?
All of them.
Arcade.
I mean, it's different.
It's just my opinion. It really means nothing.
I like both of them. I mean, I'm not going to pick one.
Yeah, I do too. I find Missile Command. I need the spinner though. Like I just or the ball.
Oh yeah, for Missile Command. Yeah, I could get along with
Atlantis. You don't need it
more so than some other games, but
Atlantis, the stick works fine in Atlantis, and I just owned Atlantis. So again, chalk that up to nostalgia, right?
Right. John, I think that's actually Activision, and they did a Space Shuttle: A Journey to Space. And I had that game. It was really cool though.
Was it?
Speaking of that, give me some of that.
Yeah.
That game looks too complicated for me to play on Atari 2600.
I mean, you actually had to have the manual for that one. Yeah. But I was so interested as a kid in like doing the whole space thing, wanted to be an astronaut, the whole nine, and having that game. Like I was reading the manual and I was like, I got so good at it, I could complete a full mission. and it would take 45 minutes to actually.
Isn't that all you needed to do? Isn't that all you needed to do to get the patch for that game? Was complete one mission? Or
I think you're right.
Yeah.
If they do like this one, seems like they're probably got some more complicated games on it, just because Tower Doom's on there, and well, Cloud Mountain's not that complicated. They better have a way to get the manuals in there. Like, I don't know, manuals are super important for Intellivision games. Like the first one wasn't so bad because Astro Smash, Buzz Bombers. Like, I mean, hello, come on.
Right.
I know it's probably the emulator they're using, but it would have been nice if when you pull up the keypad, instead of just seeing the numbers, you would see maybe an overlay and maybe have it be off the screen, off on the side, because you've got the two borders. I mean, I know that's probably not possible because of the emulator. I'm just saying that would be nice.
That would have been cool. Like I said, if they could found a way to keep the overlays on the screen at the same time, I'd give up screen real estate for a lot of games to just have that overlay there.
Yeah.
It doesn't solve the quick action that you need to have. That's the beauty of the Intellivision original controller. It's one hand is on the overlays all the time, and it's muscle memory, right? The other hand's holding this.
Because otherwise, if you need to hit a button, you have to be like, okay, what number do I have to hit? You look over here, then you have to select the number.
Yeah. So then they might as well not port it if it requires that, unless they can make it
the Tower of Doom. You very seldom need to be referencing the overlay.
No.
So here's what else. I wonder what's going to be paired with it. Are they going to pair it with an arcade cart? I hope.
Well, we got one coming in March. March is delivering Gremlin and Renovation, is it?
Yeah.
Gremlin, I'm not too excited about. Hopefully that changes.
And it's the end of March too, isn't that like the very end of March?
Yeah, it's like
April, maybe. Intellivision is. I hope it's April. And
better be, or else why are they teasing us?
Yeah, they see. I'm like, remember we talked about that 3-month lead up to a game or 6-month lead up? I'm tired of that. I'd like to announce and release within a short window.
Yes.
Personally, I think that's the best thing they can do. Like, even if it's like release in 6 weeks is my max. I want to.
Right.
I forgot about Renovation. I keep forgetting about it until Rich brings it up on one of his videos.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. See, I'm the kind of guy that when you go to the movie theater and you see the previews, like no matter what movie it is, I'm like, I want to be watching that one. And so that's how I feel when they release these two part of it. Like, I want to play Television 2 now over
2 years, 2 days ago. Went to my first movie, went and saw Uncharted.
Oh, really?
I had to.
Was Tom Holland good in that part? Because I can't really.
This is the challenge, right? The movie, I love the movie, but Drake looks like Drake and Sully looks like Sully all the time in my mind, and I couldn't separate it out.
Yeah, exactly. So
it was hard for me to separate the fact that no, Drake looks like what's that actor that was in Firefly? Nathan Fillion. That's Drake.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it, but I am a hyper. I've finished all the games multiple times, so I love it.
I only played the first 3. I never got around to getting the 4th one. I have the Vita one, and I never played it.
My only gripe is, like, I wanted the soundtrack for the games to be in this movie, and that
that's funny. I don't have Uncharted 4, but I have the soundtrack for Uncharted 4 on vinyl.
Oh, the music's amazing. Yeah, I couldn't find it on vinyl.
I got it through a grab bag. I didn't pick it. It just was a mystery.
Oh,
that's cool.
I like the movie.
It's an awesome grab bag.
Evercade.
All right. So, because we are a little short on time, let's get into the final 3 on the Bitmap Brothers Collection 1.
Did you tell people that we've got a short show today because you have to go back to Timmy's?
Yeah, sorry guys, we have a short show today.
We just had 2. Well, I guess.
Well, I mean, technically, two in one.
Yeah.
But yes, no, it is a little short. I have a hard stop at around 11:45 EST. We got some stuffs to do.
We should have started earlier today.
I know.
I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
We got only 5 minutes per game. Now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I think we can.
We should have a pass button. Everybody votes to pass and talk about it. We just don't.
So we've got Speedball 2 on the docket.
We could probably talk about both Speedball 2 and Speedball 2100 at the same time.
PS1 version.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much the same.
I prefer this one though. I prefer Speedball 2 for some reason. It's easier to play.
I do too.
I much prefer the 2100. I don't like this one.
Yeah, I like this one because I find it cleaner. I find the 2100, the graphics and the style kind of.
I get frustrated.
I have difficulty switching the teams out.
Because I can't. Is there something I'm missing? Because when you're running, you don't know where your other players are. You don't know where the opponents are, and I find myself running right into somebody, or I want to pass it to somebody, but I have no idea where anybody.
That's all.
It is a little close. You almost want to zoom a little.
You need to zoom out. That's a critique of the games in general, in my opinion. They're if you have AAA games, obviously it's the AAA. The Maddens and NHLs back in the day. It's AA. This is like a single A version of a sports game, in my opinion. Like it's good and fun, but they could have learned from pushing that camera out a little bit, stuff like that.
Yeah, I like 2100 because it was a little bit slower and you could see more, and it was easier to tell where you were on the field because it was the ground was kind of designed differently based on where you were.
Personally, I think these three games are nostalgia. Like if they were popular in Europe and you grew up playing them, you're gonna like it. Yeah. But
I agree. It's not for everyone for sure. Like it's like the sports game on Pico 2, right? A lot of people love those games.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the sports fan, to be honest with you, me being a big sports video game fan growing up, and like I said many times, I missed out on a lot of RPGs because I was playing RBI baseball all the time. I think maybe the Evercade's market aren't necessarily the sport nostalgic gamer.
No, they're not.
I don't think I realize it's not right. They think like it's maybe one sports game per title is probably enough, if that. To be honest with you, that's how I feel. But I don't know if that's
it depends. Like I would say one if it's sports, like one. One baseball game, maybe one football game. They're two totally different games,
Yeah, not multiple of the same sport.
Yeah,
even racing, right? Racing almost is like sports. So, like, if you're going to do a kart, don't have 3 racing style games.
Oh, I like racing games, so I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm not talking about myself, but I'm thinking about how the community, like, the only community we go on is people here, people on Facebook, people on Twitter, right? The vocal minority a lot of times, or vocal majority, depending on your content. And I kind of think it's like that's not. I, as a young gamer, it's not the market they're trying to they should be trying to capture. Anyway.
Ooh, those menus are horrible too in both of these versions. Having to like figure that out.
Right? Once you get them figured out, they're fine.
Yeah. I think. Once you figure out which buttons to get into the game.
Yeah.
But imagine some poor kid who don't have the manual, or some guy who never played these or girl.
And to like
you started.
It's its credit that the Evercade manual actually for each of these games tells you what button does what in those menus, so you don't have to look it up somewhere else.
Yeah, that's all you need.
A Ballistic Coffee Boy says might be the easiest licenses to get. Yeah, probably, absolutely.
Well, I should tell them something.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I think I'm starting to see, like, as 2 years into this community, that it's more of an action, an RPG, a side scroller, a beat 'em up and shooter. Community.
I'll tell you another thing that I like this one more than the Speedball 2 was that there was a separate button for throwing the ball and jumping or something like that. It was an extra button. I wasn't accidentally throwing the ball when I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that last week, right? Right, Crow? About the computer versions being quicker than the console versions?
Oh, this is different though, because I'm not really familiar with the Amiga version, the Amiga of Speedball 2, I think was the original version. I've never played it, so I can't really speak to how that compares to the Genesis or Mega Drive version or any other versions of the game that might be out there.
Is there a computer version of this? This is a PS1 game.
Oh yeah, it's an Amiga. Well, not this. This is kind of like an upgrade.
I mean, 2100. I'm like, there's no computer version of this, right?
No, well, I consider just to be a PlayStation version of Speedball 2, kind of like an enhanced version of Speedball 2, sort of.
I don't think we'll ever get Amiga versions of the game because that Amiga Mini's coming out next month, right, or 2 months from now. Like they're not surrendering those licenses. They want us.
No, I mean, do you think we could get Commodore 64 games, or we won't get those because they're?
I think Commodore 6. Well, it depends, right? Because they got the Mini, and the Mini doesn't allow you to put new games on it. So I'm guaranteed they're going to be selling Amiga ROM packs. Amiga
No,
folk.
you could do that with. No, I don't think so because like with the C64 Mini, you put your own ROMs on.
Yeah, but you get the official updates to the C64 Mini of their software, and they give you new games too. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's funny. I never updated mine.
Yeah, I've updated it 4 times now. The C64 is actually useful now, and each time I got extra games, a bunch of extra games with it.
What's funny is I use that
like 70 games on it, or 80 games?
So it's interesting that you mentioned that because I basically went on a 20-minute kind of rant about this.
What, just you ranting? No way.
It's just free money. All they have to do is give the license, Blaze packages, everything. They're not taking away money from anything. AAA companies are stupid and don't know the retro market. I'll say it. There.
Well, I respect, like, that's why I respect Tommy and the Intelligent Group for surrendering their license when they have their own product potentially coming out. I'm like, good on you for like wanting money.
They like money. Yeah, exactly. They want money.
Oh, sometimes they just don't think that the money they would receive is worth the paperwork sign. You know.
Yeah, I know. I think though, if you're really a good gamer and you're running a gamer company, you see past that and say, what's good for the people and this IP and this video game. And Rich is a big believer in, preserving video games, as we all are. Like, imagine, right? The fact that now you can play Intellivision games across multiple generations of consoles, the Xbox, the DS, and the Evercade. That's pretty cool. Same as with the Atari, right?
For sure. Sure.
But
yeah, no, I mean, and it's
my soapbox.
But it also just goes to like, hitting those same points, right? Like I had this comment out for a little bit. The great thing about the Evercade is that there's literally something for everyone. And that's, it's that bringing that stuff that you're not expecting. Like, for us, the speedballs, right? It's big over in Europe, but not over here, right? But we still get it. The even Pico Collection too, to a large extent.
Totally new to me. I didn't know any games on that.
Right, but I'll still take it as discovery. Is it a big hit?
Pico
to me, maybe not, but it's still. I'll take it all day long. Like give me stuff that I don't see because I'll play it and check it out, right?
I like the next game we're going to talk about. I like it when it's when it is a big hit.
Yeah, let's get off Speedball because Rich,
we can probably jump over to that.
Now. Yeah, we're done with Speedball. Like, we don't want a British audience anymore.
I've got a really good fun fact for this one.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, well, where's my button? I don't remember. Oh, here it is.
AI in this is so useless. The AI is useless.
No, not at all.
You know the password trick for this game?
No.
You know how, like, when you finish a world, you'll get a 12-character password?
Yeah.
So if you take that password and take the last 6 of the characters and then enter the password in, but reverse the last 6 and only the last 6, when you go into the game, you'll have a ton of money to buy almost all the upgrades.
Ooh.
That's
I'm
awesome.
glad you. So I need to do that because
I did it in this game.
Because you need to without spoiling too much. You need to do that because when you get towards the end of the game, there are these light spheres that you can't. If you're not powered up enough, you can't kill, and you'll never be able to get down this corridor to progress. And I tried starting the levels over. But yeah, this game is fantastic. It's different. It reminds me a lot of Xenocrisis, except you have to be still when you shoot. I think your AI partner is pretty good. For me, this was a gem. I love this. I love this game.
I see it more as Xenocrisis, but what's the other one that was on the Master System and stuff? The Xenomorph. Oh, I forget what it's called.
Alien Syndrome.
Alien Syndrome,
which is more like this. Like it's a bigger map, right? You're navigating. But yeah, it's. I love this game. I gotta be honest though. I've spent less than an hour on it. I haven't had a chance to go in it. I want to get into it and dive into it.
Yeah. You'll get sucked in.
It's meant for 2 players, but if you don't have a second player, the AI that controls guy, I thought was really good because sometimes you can take out guys that I didn't even see coming.
My time period with it, I just found them silly, but maybe I need to spend more time with it and pay attention.
Yeah, I spent like 4 plus hours. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time with this game. If this game wasn't on the cart, then the cart would be a dud.
Did you play through to the end? Did you play?
Well, that's what I was saying. But now I can use your trick, and I can actually get past that one corridor.
I won't spoil it. I will just say it is the shortest but the coolest ending.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now with your trick.
Are you guys playing in Pixel Perfect mode? You're playing Pixel Perfect there, right?
I always play in Pixel Perfect mode.
Yeah, because they did some updates to that to make the frame rate better.
What did they change? Maybe it's just me. I didn't see any difference. What did they do?
Oh, I have a question with Ed. You mentioned that they update the ROM, they flash the ROMs on the cart with updates to the ROMs. How do you know that's happening? Is it the excessive load time when you put the cart in after your OS has been updated?
Because no, Ryan said so on Discord.
Oh, okay. But like, I just want to verify that, right? It said like, because I found my carts, especially after the latest firmware. The first time I played I think it was the Indie Heroes got a couple updates. Was it Indie Heroes?
So, yeah, no, because he said in Discord, and they put it in the notes. So if it's a patch to the emulator, then you can do it on the handheld because it's not as big. If it's a game itself, like what the hell was it that we got updated last time? Like that has to be on the VS, and then once you update it on the VS, it takes 30 seconds. Well, it took like 30 seconds. Then you're good.
That's when you load into the game for the first time, right?
Yes, yeah, just for that first time.
Yeah, the cart, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Sean, I noticed that on a couple of my games, it's taking longer to load the first time. I just wanted to understand it before, because I talked about that process last night on a pre-recorded show for Curlcast, and we're talking about the Evercade quite a bit. It comes out tonight. Me and Gamester81, and I had mentioned that process that Ed told me about, and I'm like, that's I think how it works. Your load is longer at the initial time, so I'm glad I was right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's exactly.
Because I noticed it. Like I think it was the Indie Heroes got updated, right?
Yes, but the difference though is Indie Heroes, like they warn you and they say this may break your save states. With that other game they didn't, but it was fine since it's an arcade.
Indie Hero games are so short anyway. It doesn't matter if you break my save states because I can finish.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't care, but there's people that like nitpick at the Evercade of every little thing, like if a font is wrong. So
yeah, and I think that's that feature. I've never seen that exist on any other game console I've ever had.
Yeah, I don't think I've
funny
seen
that you mentioned that
to the media.
Dude, that's what I talk about in my video. That I said that like Nintendo Switch doesn't do it. You have to patch it on the console. With Evercade, you patch that card, you can take it to any other Evercade console, and it'll always have that version of it. Like you're good. You don't need anything else.
I know the Vita doesn't do it because every time I update my Vita, I've got and like I put it on my game on a different Vita. I got to download the patches for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
keeping us honest.
Well, speaking of this game, we should probably point out that in North America, this was released under a different name, Soldiers of Fortune.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Why do I keep thinking that was an arcade game, Soldiers of Fortune?
I think it was. And then there was a game that came out later on, and I think it was a PS2 generation also of the same name.
When I hear Soldiers of Fortune, though, it reminds me of a a PC game that I used to play, first-person shooter PC game.
Yeah.
So. I remember the shooter game in the arcade with the gun called Soldiers of Fortune. So maybe it's the same game.
Yeah.
Before our time is up, two things I need to talk about real quick. I'm at 299 subs, so thank you, everybody. I'll be 300 subs to do my giveaway. And I told this Rich offline, but there's always like some conspiracies when people like, I'll get a message, is everything okay if you can attend it? Next Evercast, I have to help my brother-in-law move, and we have to help early, so I won't be able to attend. There's no conspiracy or anything. I have to mention that because I always get a couple private messages. Is everything okay?
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But because I know Rich, you got to leave in a minute. I just want to let people know if you want to catch live Evercade, I started a new channel called Pete Plays Pixels. And my first ever live stream was a Evercade show.
It's a new channel. Okay.
Oh, cool.
A new channel. Yeah. And it's right
there.
Come subscribe. I'm not live streaming on Classic Gaming Fun anymore. It's always on Pete Plays Pixels. And I play games from every era, which is really type of gamer I am. So anyway, come subscribe, hang out. I'll try to stream at least 2-3 times a week after the kids go to bed at 9:00 PST.
Excellent.
Cool.
Got some cool stuff you want to plug there, Crow?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm almost done playing through all the
channels. Nobody knows about the second one, really.
And then I can actually start playing. I can actually start making the videos for the last 6 game cartridges because I decided to play through them all first before I started making the videos. And but then I have some other side things going on too that might delay that. So. I can't talk about them because it's your secret.
No, because you're NDA'd on your pinball world.
It's not necessarily NDA'd, but
he's like a major player in the pinball world. Just let you know, Bo is a major player in the pinball world. He's like he's the guy to go.
I'll tell you when it.
That's how I found his channel. It's pinball because I love watching people play video pinballs.
I was playing everything, but the problem was that like 70% of the stuff that I posted was pinball related.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and then over here we just got our normal stuff. We're trying to hit that stride. We're trying to hit those daily vids. I actually cleaned up the channel a little bit though. So if you are on the main page of the channel and you scroll down to all the different playlists, there's now a playlist for every single day, including today for the Evercast.
Nice. And you're only 200 and something subs away from a 1,000, right?
1,000, yep, that's right.
Gotta get them 1,000. Gotta get Ed to 1,000 so they can start making that money.
We start doing some cool things for the community too. So
somebody's got to take that out of context and think we're all like $1.50 a video.
Of course. So, but anyway, thanks so much. Yeah, I know.
Can we do a longer show next week to make up for it? Then maybe do an extra 15 minutes.
100%. 100%. We're
I think most of the shows have been longer.
So
yeah, because we'll have a release date on Intellivision next week. Sean said it already in chat that they're going to have the release date this week.
Oh, there we go.
So he said it. He said it way up top.
That's it. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of cool stuff next week. But until then,
what collection is next week? The arcade, first arcade collection.
We're getting in the
arcades. It will be
the first
Technos arcade.
Oh God, Double Dragon.
Yeah, man, let's do it. We're getting in
love
there.
my Double Dragons.
So I'm hyped. Hopefully you guys are too. We're going to be having an awesome show next week.
Yeah.
Thanks guys so much for coming into this one, even though it was a little short. We hope you guys had a good time. And until then, I'm Rich. That's Pete. That's Ed. It's got Crow up there. And we are out of here. We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Want some?
Push the button, Frank.
No, really, I insist.
Push the button.
Have one.
Push the button, Frank.
You're not getting enough to eat.
Push the button, Frank.